Hi, Gretchen. Hi. We have one viewer. Say hi. Hi. Oh. So now it's nap time. It's nap time. And as you might expect, little Ganti, he's taking his naps underneath the sheets. Ganti, say hi. Ganti. Say hi, guys. There he is, Gretchen. Ganti. Hello, hello, welcome. They had a really nice morning, nice breakfast. Yes. Hey, 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 hey. Gretchen, 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 Gretchen. Alrighty. We'll get started. We are already 5 minutes late. Sorry. Yeah, 5 minutes late. Wow, Ganti. Say thank you. Thank you, Joyce. Yes, 1 year ago, they were little nuggets. They didn't want to have anything to do with me. Nothing! You were hiding, Ganti. They were hiding between the shower curtain. Like between the... I can show you. 1 year ago, they were hiding in between here. Between the plastic sheet and the thing here. In between here. They were not coming out. They did not like me. But, oh, Ganti, Gretchen, say hi. There they are. Ganti, so brave today, yes. Yes. So let's talk a little bit, huh? How I came to adopt these guys. So as you know, or maybe I never shared it, but I actually grew up on a farm in Germany. And my grandpa, he had lots of cats all the time. And one time, my parents said, every child, I have a sister, can pick a cat from the latest litter. And that's how I got my first cat. And I always wanted to have a white one. But obviously my grandfather only had like a couple of mixes. So I'm going to show you now my first ever cat. This here. I always wanted to have a white one. And this one wasn't white enough. So these photos are really, really old, right? So I'm going to close this. Here, this is when she came back from the vet. So, but this is like the best picture that I found of her. Her name was Amy. And then I found this one here. And I thought she looks so much like the boys, right? Her name is Leah, called her Lenchen, just like Gretchen. So similar, right? So anyways, so that's where my love for cats actually came about, right? Because I loved our cats. But then, you know, I left the home and I went out to study, and I was very, very broke for a very long time. But I still took in like cats and dogs during semester breaks to take care of them while the owners were on vacation. One time I actually had 2 dogs, like 2 Labradors. And one of them was like really young and really hyper, and I was like in a shared apartment, and it would like, it was, I don't know how you say this in English, but the dog wasn't clean at night. So, you know, I would wake up and the entire apartment was full of poop and pee, like not trained at all. And the owners actually never picked up the dogs. Sorry, correction. They picked them up after like 6 weeks or so, and I was only supposed to take care of them for like a week. So this was crazy. And then a few weeks later, I was checking something similar like Craigslist in Germany, and they listed the young dog. Is it Stinky? Yeah. It's Stinky. Anyways, yeah, so I used to not foster, just take care of cats while the owners were on vacation for like a week or so. And then again, like I always wanted to have my own cat or cats, but again, I didn't have much money. So anyways, fast forward many years later, I felt in a good spot so that I can finally start taking care of cats. But I wasn't really sure, also with my job, I'm not sure if I ever mentioned it, but I work in management consulting. So there's a lot of traveling involved and like many hours of work every single day. So I wasn't sure. So I kind of like postponed the decision. Say hi, Courtney. Hi. And then last year, I was on Instagram and I saw an ad for fosters from a shelter that, they're hosting like foster sessions for cats. And also if you want to foster dogs. So I was like, well, let's just do it and see. Like it was in October last year, and I was like, well, when the holidays are coming, I can take care of a cat or two here. And so I signed up for it, and I did that training. And then it was like like all throughout October, actually, they had like foster calls for like old and disabled cats and like temporary, like maybe just a few days. And I always applied to those and like right away, and they were right away gone. Like I never had the chance to actually foster a cat. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, doesn't look like they need a lot of people here in New York City. And then I went to Aruba, and I got an email there. I was sitting at the beach and I got an email. I'm gonna show you the email now. Let me make this a little bit bigger. I got an email that said, Brooklyn is bustling with babies. And so they had quite a bunch. Like they had like really small ones for 3 weeks old. And then obviously you see here, that's the bunch where I got Kurt and Gunther from. And then they had, a mother with cats, two sick cats, and then one single one, 6 weeks old. So I said this time, because there were so many, I was like, well, actually I was a little bit discouraged. I was like, well, if I apply, then they're gone anyways already, especially because they're babies, right? So I just applied to all of them. I was like, I can take, because here they wanted 2 or 3. I said like I can take all 3, because when I was younger, we also had babies a short while that I fed with bottles. So I was like, I can take 3 of them. I can take 2 of these bunches here, because they said a minimum 2. And I don't think I applied for, because I couldn't take in 4. I applied to these and the little one here. And they got back to me and they said, actually, we have 2 of the spicy crew here. So they were found in Brooklyn. And spicy crew, because they were like really shy. You see here, shy and fearful, could benefit from one-on-one socialization and must go in groups of 2. So I was like, okay, sure. And then the Brooklyn shelter, and I was so excited actually. And the Brooklyn shelter is quite a while away from me, but I was so excited. I went to pick them up last year, November 8th. Can see, yes. And a funny thing is, I'm not sure if I ever told you, but I did not pick these guys, right? So I arrived at the shelter, and I'm not sure if I said this, right? They were supposed to be fosters. Like Kurt and Gunther were supposed to be fosters. It was not for adoption, right? So I went there, and I didn't pick them. So I was at the reception and they said, wait a second here. And then they came out in those little carton boxes. After quite a while, actually, it took like at least half hour until they came out. And I couldn't believe how tiny you were when I saw you. Yes. It was so much fun to see you for the first time. They were hissing at me in their little box, right? They were hissing at me. They were like, I don't like you. So I think, yeah, so as you know now, they are both males. And I think, the shelter does that on purpose. So they, because obviously they weren't spayed or neutered. I'm not sure if the siblings, I'm sure there were some females in there as well. So I think they just gave me 2 males because they wanted to avoid reproduction in case I never get back to them to get them neutered, right? So I got them and I shared a photo yesterday of how scared they were, right? And so they arrived here. I put the photo was taken here, and so let me double check my list. So because I wrote down so many things I wanted to show you, to talk to you about. Let me see. Not that I forget something. Let me see. Yeah, so anyways, so they arrived here. They were super, super scared. Didn't want to have anything to do with me. No, you didn't. No, you hated me. Yes. Oh, scared. You were both scared. Gansi especially, you know him. And, when they arrived, it was already dark. And I thought Kotjen's little spot here, I thought it was dirt because as far as I know, they were found outside. And apparently, I assume they were feral. So I thought his little spot is dirt, and I tried to clean it. And because it was dark, I didn't see it. But then I figured quickly it was a special spot on your little pussy. Yes. Yeah. So then over the next couple of days, obviously they were hiding a lot, and then they discovered the keyboard. So they would sit on the keyboard and sleep on the keyboard. And Genzi would go all the way to the back here and would only show me his butt, right? Genzi, you didn't like me. You didn't like me. No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And fun fact. So they actually had very different names. Yes, we wanted to share that today, right? So I think I showed you in that email, their bunch was advertised as Paprika and the Spicy Crew, right? Because they were like hissing and like scared and all. And so they had all like spicy names, like from spices. So Kortjen here, you want to share your original name, huh? Yes? His name was Chili Pepper. His name was Chili Pepper. And yours, Kenzie? Want to share yours? It was Habanero. Habanero. Yes, you were spicy. You were a spicy boy. Yeah, and so I think I gave them quickly my own names. But still, for quite some time, it wasn't clear if I would actually adopt them, because I don't know, it's a big decision, And then after like 2 or 3 weeks, I got an email from the shelter, and they were like, oh, so how are they doing? Are they socialized a little bit? We have a bus in Brooklyn, like an adoption bus, where we would like to put them in so that visitors can look at them and maybe adopt them, right? Let me blow my nose for a moment. So, and I was like, well, actually, they are not really socialized. They're so very, and you know, by that time they were already quite a bit socialized. But I was like slowly falling in love with them. I was like, no, no, they still need a second, right, Kenzie? So then after a week again, they were like, no, so Denise, the adoption bus is going around again. Can you please drop them off at the shelter so we can, have them in the bus and they can get viewed at and adopted. And I was like, heck no, they are not leaving this apartment ever again. So that's how I came to adopt them, actually. So they were like, even when we started the channel, it was like, I just wanted to share a few videos of them being like kittens and, just sharing a few moments. But at that time, they were still fosters. Like, I know some people, they even commented, and I think I never really responded to the fact that, whether they're fosters or adopted. Because I was still, I really wasn't sure if I'm going to adopt them. And then, anyways, it was, I just couldn't, I felt really sick to my stomach, like putting them into a truck where they can get viewed, and then, because they were so small, and especially Pawty, he was so outgoing from the start, I was like, oh my gosh, he gets grabbed right away. And then with Ganti, it took me quite some time. Ow, ow. Ganti took quite some time to get right, Ganti? Took us a long time to become friends, right? I mean, I loved him from the start, but Ganti, he didn't like me. But anyways, I couldn't bear the thought. I was like, no way, I don't want to give them away anymore. And, they don't have a home anyways, and I already had them 3 weeks by then. So I was like, nope, they are mine. And the good thing is that the shelter also, and they said that I can get them neutered for free, actually, and they were also waiving adoption fees. So I was like, well, that's a no-brainer then, I'll take them then. So anyway, that was all last year. I mean, you saw a few videos, right? Ganzi with his big cone and all that. They get neutered, and I got them to the shelter, and they took them. And at that point, they were still officially here. Chili Pepper, Habanero, that's what their original names were. And they took them, and I was like, well, when can I pick them up again? And the guy there said, no, you don't have to pick them up again. Once they are altered, they will be up for adoption. I was like, what? I thought everyone knows. I mean, I'm adopting them, and, for a moment, I thought they were going to keep them, even though I already made it clear that I want to adopt them, but it was with a different person. I was like, no way. But it was just like a split second, it was not a big discussion. But, at that point, again, I felt so sick to my stomach and almost cried at the shelter, I was like, no, these are my boys, And anyways, that's when I knew, like, I made the right decision, right? Yes. Yeah. Ganti was very sick in the beginning, too. Took us a while. He had like a really stuffy nose. He was sneezing a lot, like always, and it got so bad when every time he went to the shelter to get vaccines, or even then when he got neutered, it was so bad. But then once I adopted them, I went to the private vet. They gave him some good medicine, 10 days, and he was like new. After that, no more running nose, nothing. And yeah, and with Kuti, you know the story, right? When he got neutered, like he got a vaccine and neuter, and he wouldn't eat for a couple of days. And that's what I had on Christmas Day. I had to go to the emergency vet, but they suspect he was just reacting to actually the the vaccine and not the neutering procedure. Anyways, they're all good now. As you can tell, they're hopping around here. It's not even their sleep time. I mean, it's not even their playtime. They're up. They're happy that you're joining. Anyway, so let me look at my list here. Oh, yeah. So one thing that I also wanted to share was that, not like another thing that actually, not only my job and travel and all that made me a little bit nervous about adopting pets, or cats especially. But also, I told you I grew up with cats, and I was aware of the hair, right? The hair was not the issue. I knew there would be a lot of hair. Like, just today, like, my God, it's like I'm cleaning up another cat, like the hair that I'm cleaning up would fill another cat. But they were actually, like, it took us a while to get like settled together, right? Like this is a studio, so when they go on night hunts, it gets really, really loud. And then Courtien, he takes a long, long time until he covers his toilet leftovers, right? And then he scratches forever on the plastic, forever, and it's really, really loud. And in the beginning, I was struggling quite a bit with it. And I used like disposable earplugs. They didn't help at all. And then I started using my AirPods and put them on noise canceling mode, and that helped. But the AirPods, they are so hard that you can't really sleep on the side. Like, you can't sleep comfortably, Then it hurts your ear after a while. And then I actually, so I did a bit of research because I'm not going to lie, it was a real problem, the noise, and I really need sleep. So I discovered these earplugs, and I don't want to make a big advertisement here, but they're really, really good. Let me open them for a sec. So they have different variations and also different colors. These are noise cancellation. So oh no, don't eat them. Don't eat them, please. They are trying to grab them in the morning always. Anyway, so these are noise cancellation. They have other variations as well, and they are great. They saved my sanity, basically, because it was really, really loud. I'm not sure what your experience is, but yeah, it's something that I would tell people that live in the studio. It's really tough with cats, especially if you have two. They are roaming around, and that's normal. I know it's normal, right? But you should be prepared for the noise. The other thing that I never experienced with my... What? You got your treat already? Huh? Courtien? The other thing that I... Courtien? Oh, I'm talking, right? Blah, blah, blah. See, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. See, Ganti's still a bit shy, but he's such a snuggle bug now. Ganti, guys. Anyways, the other thing that I did not remember from having cats when I was younger was that Courtien is scratching the walls. Like, he's scratching the walls. It's so annoying. Like, it's like someone with chalk, like, yeah, you do that, right? Courtien does that. But anyways, it's something I can get over with. Other than that, we actually, we're getting really well. We're getting along really well now, right, Ganti? Yes. I would never give you away. Yeah. And now, after a year, I'm so happy that I have them. They are my everything, right? There's nothing better than coming home and seeing those two faces. Right? Yes. Quick. And that's their toy basket. See, Ganti likes that when when I open it. That's your balls. Huh? Want to try a new one? Different one? Blue? That's your color. Blue. Dark blue. Up. There you go. There you go. So that's our adoption story. That was my first foster engagement and I failed. I'm a foster fail. Yes, because you were too cute. You were too cute. Yes. Couldn't say no to you. Yeah. So let me double check my list. Let's go. Let me double check my list if I told you everything, because those are all the things that I always wanted to share with you. So I told you about yeah, I think I said everything. You can feel free to ask a few questions in the chat. I know I'm having my monologue here. Oh yeah, there was one more thing that I wanted to share with you that was actually quite funny. So, you know, my building is very open with pets, and there are a lot of dogs in this building as well. And I kind of misread so when I moved in here, they had in the lease agreement, they had you had to pay rent for your cat as well, like I think 25 per pet. And then they removed that, so no more additional rent for pets, right? But I remember I saw it, and in my head it was like, you can now have pets. Like, you don't have to pay rent, you don't even have to say that you have pets. So I brought them in, and and I was like, well, it's fine, you know, that's what the lease says. I never double checked the lease. And so I had them in my apartment even after I adopted them, right? I was like, you know, it should be fine. And then I double checked the lease at one point. Oh no, I think it was with the lease renewal that came up. And I double checked that section, and you know, I had to actually tell the building. So I was like feeling really sick to my stomach, because I was like, oh my gosh, what if they say you can only have one cat? Because they have some restrictions for dogs, right? You can only have two if they're small, and then when they are big, you have to actually you can't have two big dogs. So I was really scared. I was like, what if they say no? But I had no other option. And so I emailed them. And guess what? They said it's fine. And here they are. Anyways, let me read the chat. Thanks everyone for the happy anniversary. Joyce, Christine, thank you. Was there a reason or origin of the names you picked? No, I wanted to give them a German name. So I'm originally from Germany. And I wanted to give them some German name. So, I mean, Kurt, I call him Kurt or Kurtchen, right? Kurt is a German name in my opinion. I'm not too sure if it's origin. And Gunther, he actually has a German name, right? It's Günther. It's G and then umlaut, like UE, and then NTHER. Gunther. Günther. But then I made it more English for the channel. And then I never really call him Gunther or Günther. More like Ganti. I like Ganti now, right? Ganti is so fitting for my little boy. And Kurtchen is always my little Kurtchen, yes. My soft Kurtchen, yes. So yeah, so I don't have pet deposits. Yeah, so that they scratched from the lease. They did it when I moved in, but that was like a few years ago, and then they removed it. And no, now they know they don't have it. Like they just changed management and haven't changed anything in that pet rider yet. We'll see. But when I moved in, it was just like $25 a month per pet, so it would be doable. But obviously, it's nicer if there's no additional charge. So how many floors? I live 50 floors up. 50. 50. There you go. That's a World Trade Center. You can see there's this one Vanderbilt building right there. And right here, you can see it. There's this building. If I go to another apartment on the other side, you can see right here would be the Empire State Building. Yes, Ganty, yes. And then that's the Hudson River, right? And then, come, Ganty, come. We'll show the other side as well. And then on this side, slowly, Ganty, slowly. And this side, you actually see the Statue of Liberty here. You can see it really clearly, like without the camera. But today is also a bit misty. But I love it here. It was a COVID catch actually. During COVID, you know, I was here and I was actually living on the 16th floor. So I can actually backtrack a little bit. So I used to live on the Upper East Side. And I told you, like, I was broke for a long time, and I came here for an internship and all that to America. I wanted to go back to Germany, actually. But then, you know, now I'm still here. And I'm like 1 year away from my dual citizenship, actually. So anyways, it was shortly before COVID broke out. I got a new job down here on Wall Street, actually. And my roommate on the Upper East Side lost her job because she worked and still works actually in like, she does like, she's an esthetician. She does like facials and like face treatments and whatnot. And she lost her job. So she moved to New Jersey. New Jersey is here with her parents, and our lease on the Upper East Side ended anyway. So I was like, well, you know, in the beginning, everyone said, oh, COVID is only going to be 3 months if everyone wears their mask and whatnot. And I was like, okay, if it's really just 3 months, right, then it's going to take me forever from the Upper East Side down to Wall Street every day. So I was like, okay, let's take this opportunity and move down to a financial district where nobody ever goes. Like, I was not familiar with the area. Like, nobody really goes there. Even locals, like, they're like, oh, and like, it's, you know, nobody picks this necessarily as an area to live. And so there was someone advertising in this building on the 16th floor, and they said, I need someone for 9 months, not a full 1 year lease. So I was like, oh, let's try this, you know, let's get to know the area. And, you know, if it doesn't work, then I'll move to some different area, because I really wasn't sure if I would like it down here. And then, you know, after these 9 months ended, I loved this area. You know, you have the water, and then you know, the tip of the island is here, so you can go around. You have the Hudson here, the East River on the other side. You have all the ferries, all the subway trains, they're going from here, or at least crossing here in this area. So it's really nice. And then I actually talked to the building. I was like, I would like to stay, and if they have something. And they had, because of COVID, like lots of open apartments, right? And they had some secret apartments that they are not even listing. And that's what all the high-rises actually do. Like, most of the time what you see online is not, like, they have like secret apartments all the way to the top. And so they showed me this apartment, and I was like, this is it, this is it, I love it, I love it. And apart from the fact that I was lucky enough to get it, because if it would have been before COVID, this apartment, and I would still believe today that's the case, would be so competitive to get, and it's also, again, like, I would say, so in Germany, it's like, if it's really if an apartment is really, if there is a lot of competition, someone with the highest salary wins. And so I'm thinking, like, back when I got it, I probably would have struggled to get it, to secure this. And then on top of that, because of COVID, I had like 2 months free. So it was the best thing ever. And I love it so much. It's so bright. Again, I used to live in many, many neighborhoods here in New York City, especially also for quite some time on the Upper East Side. And, again, like, I was very broke for a long time. And, I lived in really bad places where, like, there was like no sunlight all day, like, you live far down on the street and whatnot. But anyways, that's old times, right? It got better. And I think, I'm glad I got to experience all this, right? And grow into the situation where I'm in now. Yeah, okay. So what else do we have? But oh, yeah, I like it. I think it's really nice. I know for some people it might be too high up. It's weird sometimes. When I moved in, actually, it's a stupid story actually, but you see planes like all the time. Obviously not right now. But so back here is Newark. So you can see planes going up and coming this way sometimes. And then you have planes going to LaGuardia over the Hudson River and coming from LaGuardia. And so one time I actually saw a plane coming from Newark and heading like straight to this building. And this was when I just moved in here. And I got so scared, like, because of what happened here in this area, right? I got so scared I was about to run out of the apartment. But again, I was like, I'm not scared anymore. That's what I wanted to say. So are all your bills paid with this apartment? Yeah. Yeah, electricity. I don't have to pay for water and my normal, yeah. I have to pay Wi-Fi extra and all that, but electricity, water, and, normal rent is paid. Right? And you're doing your best to pay your share. Although sometimes I wish you could help me clean up. Right? Gojin, you too. Yeah? Yes or no? Yes or no? I asked you a question. Huh? Hello? Ah, yeah. There you go. That's what I mean when I say, don't scratch the walls. Yeah. So, did my job for me today as well. My first one. Again, like so I'm originally from Germany, and I studied. I did my undergrads in Berlin. And then, in Europe, it's really good if you have a broad experience on your resume. So I actually went to London to do my abroad experience. And then I was in London, and I was there for almost 3 years, and I had the best time there. Like, I was so happy. I worked there a little bit, and then I liked it so much I did my master's. And then I quickly noticed that everyone from Europe goes to either London or Paris to get their abroad experience on their resume. So I needed a unique selling point, right? And So I tried to get a job in the US. It wasn't necessarily New York. I applied almost everywhere in the States, but it's really difficult because here in the US, your employer has to sponsor you. Like they have to fill out forms and pay money that you get your visa. And so if you don't have any connections, and I didn't have any connections, it's really, really difficult to find someone. So, but I did a little bit of, I did a little bit of something, I would say, yeah, to avoid getting into application polls. So I was able to find someone who was able to sponsor me, but they didn't pay me anything. Like, it was so bad. But again, like I was supposed to be here for 9 months to do an internship and just for the experience. And then I wanted to go back to Germany, start working full time. And at that point, I actually also had a long-term partner in Germany and, eventually maybe start a family. But then that all ended and I was like, okay, well, 9 months, that was nothing. And the next best visa was actually the H-1B visa, which is 3 years. Hey, there you go. A little fight for the audience. Anyways, yeah, so that was in 3 years, and obviously I took advantage of the whole 3 years, but I stayed with that weird employer that didn't pay me anything, so that was strange. And then I actually was able to extend my visa for another 3 years, so a total of 6 years on the H-1B. And I said to myself, because, I have an undergrads and a master's, I have some significant work experience. I was like, if nobody else in the US wants to sponsor me and take over the H-1B, then I'm not supposed to be here, right? Because I couldn't bear the thought of, continuing another 3 years on this really low salary, being broke and not do anything, right, in New York. And so I made it my mission to seriously look for new jobs, and that's where I got in early 2020, shortly before COVID broke out. I got my job here down on Wall Street, and that job I left 2 years ago, and now I'm in consulting. Yeah, I'm doing something very different now, but I'm glad. And I got the green card 4 years ago, and when you are when you get the green card and you're not married to a US citizen, you have to wait 5 years before you can apply for citizenship. And if you're married to a US citizen, which I'm not, you can apply already after 3. So if I would have gotten my green card through marriage, I would now have my double citizenship. But it doesn't matter anyways. I will get it in a year. So that's that. And actually, Germany had a rule for quite a while that, you have to let go of your German citizenship in order to get the US one. So I said, I will never do that, right? I would never throw away my German citizenship. But they lifted that ruling earlier this year. So now it's just, it's not like I need a dual citizenship, but with the green card, I have it forever. I can't vote, but other than that, I'm free to do whatever. And but with the green card, it's like if you're leaving for more than 6 months, if you're leaving the country for more than 6 months, you have to have a good reason why you left the US. Because green card means permanent resident, right? You're there for a while. And so to me, it's like, well, something can always happen, right? Something can always happen and I have to leave. And then, it was a really painful road to the green card. So I was like, if I can grab the double citizenship, why not? Like being free, and then, maybe if there's offspring at one point, I can give them 2 citizenships as well. was born in London. Yes, I loved London. I loved London. I had such a great time there. I was so happy. I was so happy there. I had lots of friends. Yeah. They were all from all over Europe. They all went to their home countries or somewhere else. Yeah, you know, I mean, look, to me, Christine, to me, there is no other option than making it happen myself because I don't have parents anymore. And so, you know, I have to, I always say, I don't have a fallback cushion, right? If anything happens, there's nobody there to catch me. So I need to make sure that I can stand on my own 2 feet. My sister, she's still in Germany. She doesn't have a lot of money, so I can't rely on her. I also don't want to rely on anyone. So, you know, we're going to make it work somehow. Yes. Oh, Gretchen. Yeah, so that's that. Now, I talked so much about my immigration status and how I came to the US. But actually, so if I'm going to end the stream, you can watch it from the beginning. I'll upload it, and you know, the first half hour we talked about how I got to adopt the boys, right? So if you're new to the stream, they were supposed to be fosters. And then after 4 weeks, I decided to adopt them. And their original names were Habanero. Gunther was Habanero. And Courtine was Chili Pepper. Chili Pepper. Yes. But I didn't like the names. Yeah. Yes. Alrighty. Okay. All right, so I need to step outside today. Saturdays are errand days. I wake up, I clean the apartment, and then I need to do errands. It's always the same on Saturdays. You know the drill. He loves his basket. Just so much stuff, right? You love that. You know, I was thinking about buying them a cat wheel, like an exercise wheel. But I'm so scared because it's so expensive. I'm scared that they are not using it. So if you have one for your cats, let me know if they use it. Ganti, you have so much toys outside. Oh, maybe he wants a snake. I can pull out the snake, 1 sec. I told you, Ganti loves anything rubber. Anything rubber. You love that, Ganti, right? Yes. Yeah, Ganti became such a snuggle bug. Like, he's still a bit skittish sometimes, but there you go. He's still skittish, but Courtine, he doesn't want to be held. He loves being touched when he lays down on the floor, but he doesn't want to be held for a long time. And he also doesn't come really for snuggle time on his own. Ganti does. Every night I call him and he comes to me, right? Yes, you sleep with me in my bed. Oh, well. And yesterday he was snuggling on my belly. They don't really, you know, there are no lap cats. They don't like to sleep on my belly or on my legs, which is sad, because I remember that from my other cats at home. You know, that they slept on the legs, on the belly. Ganti, sometimes he lays on my belly. Anyways, that's sad, you know. Ganti is a snuggle bug, but now somebody's outside right now. You're scared. Yes, with your little sneakers. Your little sneaky sneakers. Courtine, you say bye. Courtine, say bye. Oh, somebody's outside now. All right, I think 15 minutes is enough as well. And he's gone. And he's gone. Yeah, I don't know if you heard the noise outside. Anyways, so thanks for tuning in. You can, I'll leave the stream up. I think today was fine. It might take a while until it becomes available because YouTube needs to process it. And then this week, actually, I'm going to film a video. We have a new banner. It's a bit tiny, but we have a little Christmas banner here. I thought it's from H&M. I thought it would be a bit bigger, but I left up the little spots here, the little hooks. So it's going to be here. That will be our only Christmas decoration. Yep. Yep, yep. Candy, candy. All right. Say bye, Candy. Say bye, Candy. Bye, everyone.